You don't have a competition problem. You actually have a no one cares problem. Not because your content is bad, but because your niche is so vague, nobody feels chosen. And if you're honest to yourself, you've probably felt this before. Why does my content get views but no inquiries? Why do people delay buying from me? Does my offer sound like someone else's? Why do clients hesitate before saying a yes? And why should they choose me over someone else or someone bigger? Underneath all of this, there's one fear that maybe that you're just another option, but what you actually want is something very different. You want to be the obvious choice, not being compared to, not being negotiated with, just handpicked. And that happens when your niche is so clear that people come in already sold, trusting you faster and treat you like you're the only logical solution out there. In this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how that test works and how to make that happen for you in your business, your coaching business. Not in a form of theory, in a simple way to know if your niche is strong enough or if it's silently killing your business. Stay with me till the end because once you see this, you will never be able to look at your niche the same way. Hello and welcome to The Business of Coaches, a podcast for the coach in you by the coach in me about the coaching community and the business of coaching. I started this podcast to help coaches, consultant healers, and other community members like you to build an authority and become the go to expert that people actually trust. Show you how to impact thousands of people globally and not just a handful of people here and there locally. And most importantly, to give you a roadmap for a business that fuels your life rather than just draining it. Hi, I'm Manish Ahuja. By profession, I'm a business growth educator and consultant. I help business owners, marketing and sales professionals, content creators, coaches, personal brand builders grow steadily, systematically, and at scale by aligning their marketing and sales for professional growth. This episode has been made possible by MrEmogical exclusive, but more about that later in the episode. For now, without further ado, let's deep dive and make you impossible to compete with. The first thing that you'll have to focus on is to pick one person, not everyone. Right now, you think your problem is visibility. It's not, it's clarity. When you try to speak to everyone, your message becomes background noise. But when you speak only to one person, it feels like you're calling them by name. Your niche becomes so powerful that the moment someone feels seen, here's what that looks like. A fitness coach speaks to people who want to lose weight will always get ignored. On the contrary, when they start speaking to new mothers struggling with pregnancy weight and faster ways to lose that pregnancy weight, clients will start reaching out upfront. A career coach who speaks to professionals will not get any responses. They need to start talking to engineers stuck in roles with no growth for 3 plus years. The inbox will start flooding. Or a content creator who wants to speak to business owners will see a really low engagement on their content, irrespective of how well produced that content is or how much value they're giving in their content pieces. The moment they start talking to coaches struggling to convert followers into paying clients, traction will start building. This shift is simple from broad to specific. But here's what and where most people get stuck. They think being specific is enough. It's not. Because when you choose the right person, if their problem isn't urgent, they will still not move. And that's where most niches break. The second focus point that I want you to elaborate on or think about for your business is solve a problem that they want fixed right now. Not all problems are made equal. Some are nice to solve, while some feel like a toothache. And people don't delay toothaches. If your niche is built around a problem that can wait, your business will also have to wait. Strong niches solve a problem that feel immediate. Here's an example. A mindset coach talking about confidence, people like it, but they'll keep delaying the decision. However, if the same mindset coach starts talking about fear of speaking in meetings that is affecting your promotions, the urgency increases. A financial coach talking about wealth building will lead to passive interest. Okay, I'll come back to you when I am in a better state of mind or when I have a lot more money, won't work. But the same coach talking the same content but speaking only to how to increase your monthly salary before the 20th of the next month will start getting immediate attention. A relationship talking about better communication will see a lot of hesitance, low action, and people just scrolling away. But the moment they start talking about how to reduce the constant arguments that are affecting your daily peace, people will start taking action because people are fed up of those arguments in their relationships. When the pain is now, the decision also becomes now. And the moment you understand this, the next question will become even more important. Even if they have a problem, why should they trust you or your solution specifically? And that's where things start getting serious. But before I explain that, let me quickly tell you about MrEmogical exclusive and let me give you something extremely practical. If you're trying to figure out your positioning, your messaging, or your funnel, I don't want you to keep guessing. I have put something for you. MrEmogical exclusive. It's a private newsletter and a resource vault. You will get real frameworks, real templates, real insights, stories from my actual consulting work. No theory, no fluff. You can join by scanning the QR code that you see on your screen right now. If you're listening to this podcast episode on an application of your choice, you'll find the link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll still find the link in the description. But why wait? Just scan the QR code and register right now. It's absolutely free. Now, let's get back to the point where I'm going to make you absolutely impossible to compete with in your coaching business. The third point that I want you to focus on is give a precise solution, not a general promise. Most people don't struggle to attract attention. They struggle to convert that attention into business because the solution sounds like everyone else's. Grow your business, improve your mindset, scale your brand. It sounds good, but that is not specific enough. That's not a clear or a precise solution. A strong niche will always give a clear and a precise solution. No negotiations on that subject. Not a broad improvement, but a defined fix. For example, a marketing coach saying, I will help you grow online sounds vague and is vague. However, you need to talk in the language which says, I help you build and grow a funnel that converts strangers into paying clients. Absolute clarity. A fitness coach that says, I help you get fit. Absolutely generic. Every fitness coach is saying the same thing. However, what you can do is you can talk about, I help you lose 5 to 7 kgs in 8 weeks without extreme dieting. It's so concentrated, people would want to come to you. A productivity coach saying, I will help you become more efficient is so unclear. It's all over the place. What can replace this? Let me give you an example. I help you plan your day so that you can finish your top 3 priorities daily. It's absolutely actionable and so easy to visualize. When your solution becomes specific, your value becomes measurable. And this is the turning point because now you're no longer here just to get understood. You start becoming believable. But there's still one strong hesitation left. Even if they believe you, they're still thinking, how long does this take? Which takes us to the fourth point. Define when will they see their results. People don't just buy outcomes, they buy timelines. If your promise has no time frame, it feels uncertain and uncertainty delays decision. The moment you define the time, you reduce a lot of hesitation. Here's how that shifts. A coach who says, I will help you grow your business is giving you an unclear timeline. Versus, you'll start seeing leads within 14 to 30 days. The confidence of the prospect will increase immediately. A trainer who says, I will help you get stronger is vague. Versus, you'll notice strength improvement in 3 weeks. It makes it sound so believable. And you can also give more visual examples. How exactly will the strength improvement look like? You'll probably be able to plank for a longer time period. You'll probably be able to do wall sits for 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. It all depends on you and your client. So be very specific. A consultant who's saying, I will fix your marketing, absolutely uncertain, boring, comparable to everybody in the market. Versus, we'll identify and fix your biggest bottleneck in 7 days. It's so actionable. I want to take my decision right now. Time creates trust. But now, it also makes it feel real. And if you've noticed, something interesting has happened. We've moved from who you serve, what problem do you solve, how do you solve it, and when will your client start seeing result. But there's one very important question left, which is why you? If these points have been adding value and giving you clarity that you were looking for, make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button depending on where you're consuming this episode, because in the next episode, I'll show you how to sell without pressure using the webinar model that builds trust instead of resistance. I know most coaches are feeling a lot of pressure with regards to the webinar model, but it is a fantastic way to create a community much faster. And you definitely don't want to miss that episode. So make sure that you're subscribed. And now let's move to the fifth and the most important point for today, which is why you. At this point, your niche can be clear, your problem can be urgent, your solution can be precise, your timeline can be well defined, but still, people will hesitate because trust is a very personal emotion. People don't buy solution, they buy the person behind the solution. And trust comes from two things: a proof and a story. Your proof shows that you can do what you are promising them, you will deliver what your promise says. And your story says that you understand their life and their situations a lot better than anybody else. Here's how this plays out: a coach who shares testimonials plus their own journey, clients will start feeling a lot safer. A consultant who shares case studies and the mistakes that they've made in the past, your credibility will increase. A creator who's sharing results and the struggles that they have faced and the journey that they've had, a connection gets built immediately. Your competitors can copy your offer, they cannot copy your journey, and that's where your unfair advantage lies. I have learned all of this the hard way. When I started, I positioned myself as a financial mindset coach. In my head, it made a lot of sense. Everybody deals with money, so everybody will be my audience. But that was my biggest mistake. I was talking to everyone and connecting with no one. My content got attention, but no action. Because I was solving a problem that people did not feel urgently. Then things changed. I started talking to working professionals afraid of AI replacing their jobs and business owners who were struggling to make marketing profitable. Suddenly, the problem felt real. The conversations have changed. My solution has become a lot more structured. My positioning, my brand, my funnels, clear, precise, immediate. Even this podcast is being created only for coaches and consultants, talking about the subjects and talking about the pain points only coaches and consultants face. And even my timelines have become absolutely defined, from a few days to a few weeks depending on the problem that we are solving. And that's when I realized clarity doesn't just improve your marketing, it changes how people see you. This is what I want you to focus on. Very quickly, let me give you a recap of all the 5 points that I've spoken to you about in today's episode. Pick one person, not everyone. Solve a problem that they want fixed right now. Give a precise solution. Don't just make a general promise. Define when will they see their results. And fifth and the most important point, share your stories and tell them why you. Build that trust factor. If you go back to those questions that we started with at the start of the episode, why no inquiries, why delayed decisions, why hesitation, it was never about the competition, it was all about the clarity. And now you have a way to test it. If your niche passes these five filters, you don't have to chase clients, clients will choose you. This is what I wanted to share with you in today's episode. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 points did you resonate with the most? And where do you feel that you need to focus the most right now? If you disagree with something, tell me. If you have any questions, ask me. If there's something that I can improve, tell me that too. I read every comment that comes to my notice. So please go ahead and drop your questions in the comments below. If you're listening to this podcast episode, you'll find the link to the YouTube link of this particular episode video in the show notes. So go ahead, click on that and drop your comment in the YouTube video. If this podcast episode has added value, please like this video or give it a 5-star rating depending on the podcast application where you're listening to us. This takes just a few seconds for you, but helps this episode reach more people who need this. If you would like to get updates about MrEmogical and the future episodes on WhatsApp or Telegram, go ahead and click the link in the show notes and you'll start getting updates from me in your inbox. If you want to see or get more behind the scenes content, want a sneak peek of how am I building my personal brand and my coaching business, make sure to follow me on Instagram and all other social media platforms. And do not forget, if you want practical frameworks to fix all of this faster, join MrEmogical exclusive. It's free right now. The link is in the description. You will find all the links or in the episode description or show notes below about whatever I've spoken to you in this episode. So go ahead and make sure to check the same. Thank you for staying with me till the end of the episode. I really appreciate your commitment to learning and wanting to grow your coaching business from strength to strength. If you've really reached till this point, thank you so much, and drop the comment with the word clarity in the comment section so I'll know that you'll at least listen or watch this episode till the end. I'll see you next time. Until then, take good care of yourself. Keep going, keep growing.